Millions of people lost their jobs when the Great Recession hit, and while banks and car manufacturers were bailed out, most people in the country were left to find some other way to provide for themselves. Life in Monterey County has always been a struggle. For the last 100 years, the economy has been tied to logging and mining industries decimated by the recession. The unemployment rate is 14%. Last year at this time, it was 17.4%. KXLY4's Tori Brunetti shows us how a couple of drywallers have turned into hat makers to pay the bills.
There's a lot more going on inside this tiny house in Newport, Washington than you would think. It's actually the hub of a very successful business. Heather and Andy Holland didn't always spend their days sewing.
I tell them I could stand up in bed, fall forward, and be at work.
Up until a year and a half ago, they were drywallers, but their business went down with the economy.
We'd had no work for like a month to 2 months. It was a big lull there.
Heather found herself with something she didn't have before: time. Time to do what she loved as a child. So
We always have clothes to cut up, so I just started cutting up my clothes and making hats.
Heather made one hat, a hat all her friends wanted to buy.
I didn't want to sell my first hat. I kept saying, no, it's my hat. And he's like, sell your hat, we're broke. Let's make some more.
And Old Man's Pants was born with a pair of cheap scissors and a borrowed sewing machine.
It was like a foreign language, the retail business. We didn't even know. We know mud and sheetrock.
Custom hats made entirely out of old clothes.
The best fabrics are from Old Man's Pants. And so there was a hat made from Old Man's Pants. And he said, how's it feel to have Old Man's Pants on your head?
Now Andy and Heather make a living running Old Man's Pants out of their house.
I would have never thought in 100 years that I would be sitting in a sewing machine and making women's hats.
So we make men's hats too.
They say they have no idea what the future holds for their small business. As long as it's fun and people continue to want to wear Old Man's Pants on their head, they will continue to use their once construction worker hands to make something old new again.
We always describe like this adventure. We always say we're just riding the wave. You know, when you're surfing, you don't know exactly how far it'll take you, but ride it while it's fun.
Be proud, you wear Old Man's Pants on your head.
I officially have a pair of Old Man's Pants on my head. You can find these hats at various stores throughout Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. For more information, you can go to KXLY.com. In Newport, Tori Brunetti, KXLY4 HD News.